Let's look at factorising. So you need to remember, if I had 6p plus 9, for example, you've got to look for a common factor, and something that is common that will go into both of those would be the number 3. So 3 goes into 6 and 3 goes into 9. Where if I had 6p plus 9p, 3 will go in both, but p goes into both. So the common factor is now 3p. So you need to remember those little bits as we progress through the examples. Let's run through some of these. Let's take 8k plus 14. The idea of factorising is to take out the common factors and put what remains into a bracket. So we need to find something that divides into both the 8 and the 14, and the most obvious number is simply 2. So what we do is we put 2 outside the bracket, open the bracket, we'll finish it in a moment. 2 goes into 8 4 times. It's not just 8, it's 8k, so we need the k, plus 14. 2 goes into 14 7 times. So what we've done is we've done the reverse of the expansion process. If I was to expand this, 2 times 4k is 8k, plus 2 times 7 is 14. So let's do a different example. 15j plus 20 equals. So we need something that is common in there, and it's going to appear outside of our bracket. Well, both of these numbers are divisible by 5. So let's put 5 outside the bracket. And then what number do I have to multiply 5 by to give me 15? The answer is 3. Well, it's not just 15, it's 15j. So I need to put the j there as well. So if I multiply those two together, I come back to that. On the next step, I want to know how I'm going to get 20. What number do I multiply 5 by to give me 20? And it would be 4. 5 times 4 will give me 20. So this is now the factorisation of that. Let's do another one. 3j squared minus 15j cubed plus 18j. So what can we take out that is common? So 3, that's divisible by 3, that's divisible by 3, but each term now has a j in it. So j is common. I can put 3j outside of the bracket. Then ask yourself the question, how do I get 3j squared? Well, if I put 1j, 1 times 3 is 3, and j times j would give me 3j squared, but we don't write the number 1, I would just write j. 3j times j is 3j squared. Let's move on to the next one. So I want 15. 3 times what will give me 15? And the answer is 5. This is j cubed, 15j cubed. So I've got a j there. That means I need j squared there. So 3j times 5j squared gives me 15, and it's a minus. So I need a minus there. A plus times a minus is a minus. The last step, we want 18j. So that's going to be plus, and we said 18 is the number. How many times does 3 go into that? And it's 6. So it's 18j. 3j times 6 is 18j. 3 times 6 is 18, and we can't ignore the j. That's what that comes to. So that's okay. We could change the order if we wanted in there, but that's fine. Let's do a final one. Try and keep it on the page. 5x cubed plus 15x squared minus 10x. So this is the statement we're looking at. We want to factorize that. We're going to factorize it. What goes into each one of those three terms? And hopefully you'll come up with the number 5. 5 goes into there, 5 goes into there, and 5 goes into that. So 5 is going to be outside of the bracket, but also each term has an x. So I could do 5x. Then open the bracket, and we need to know what needs to go there to give me that. 5 times this gives me 5x cubed. Well, I've got an x there. If we put x squared in there, 5x times x squared becomes 5x cubed. Let's do the next term. It's going to be plus. What do I need to put there? Multiply it by 5 to give me that. Well, the answer is 3. 3 5s are 15. There's an x, and I want x squared in the answer, so this must be just x. 5x times 3x, 5 3s are 15, x times x is x squared. The final step, we want to know what goes there, multiply by that to give us minus 10x. We've got a 5 here, 5 times 2 will give us 10, and all we've got to do is close that bracket because that's 5x times 2 is 10, and this is a plus times a minus gives us the minus that is there. If we just talk about this for a moment, 5x is the common factor of these three terms, so we've taken that outside of the bracket. Then we applied the laws of indices, which is what we've done throughout. The laws of indices, for example, 5x and x squared. This is a 1 here. That multiplied by that gives us that. So that's the laws of indices.